accreditation. The terms assessment and accreditation are broadly described as the terms of recognition and certification provided by some body that assures that standard of the institution. It spells out excellence, credibility, and relevance all in one. NAAC is the autonomous body established by UGC, University Grants Commission, to assess and estimate the accreditation. NAAC is the outcome of the recommendations of the National Education Policy 1986, which laid special emphasis on quality of higher education in our country. As per the UGC statistics, at present, around 1100 universities and 44,000 higher educational institutions. Out of these, around 270 universities and 27,000 higher educational institutions are running without NAAC accreditation. The University Grants Commission and several state governments authorities are putting a lot of pressure for NAAC accreditation. These are the major benefits of NAAC accreditation to the higher education institutes. The first one is improves the student enrollment. Generally, the students and parents prefer only accredited colleges for their admission. And second one is enhance employability of graduates. Generally, many companies for their placements look at only accredited colleges rather than non-accredited colleges. And third one is global recognition of degrees. The degrees awarded by NAAC accredited universities are recognized globally. And fourth one is opportunities for higher studies. Generally, abroad universities prefer only students who graduated from the accredited colleges for the admission into higher studies. Next one is build an organized methodology of documentation and internal communication. And next, very, very important advantage is to seek autonomous status. To seek autonomous status. As per the uh, world norms of University Grants Commission, the NAAC or NBA is not mandatory for the college to apply for the autonomous status. In 2017, University Grants Commission revised the norms. As per those norms, NAAC A grade or NBA National Board of Accreditation, that is only for the professional colleges. NAAC A grade or NBA at least three programs with not less than 675 marks is mandatory for the college to apply for the autonomous status. Recently, in 2020, again UGC revised and relaxed the norms as per the recommendations of the National Education Policy. As per those norms, NAAC any grade or NBA accreditation of at least three programs is sufficient for the college to apply for the autonomous status of 5 years. If the college has A grade, the UGC will give the autonomous status of 10 years. This is the Because of these relaxed norms of UGC, many small colleges got autonomous status in the recent uh, days. This is the main advantage of NAAC accreditation. Means at present, NAAC accreditation of any grade is sufficient for the college to apply for the autonomous status. If the college has NAAC A grade, the UGC will give the autonomous status of 10 years. Otherwise, autonomous status will give for 5 years. This is the main advantage of NAAC accreditation at present. And next one is to avail various grants offered by the funding agencies. As per the recent norms, NAAC accreditation is mandatory for any college to apply for the external funding from the various agencies like DST, NAAC, AICTE, UGC, etc. And next one is to better NIRF ranking. NIRF stands for National Institutional Ranking Framework. NIRF is the methodology adopted by Ministry of HRD, Government of India, to estimate the ranks of higher educational institutions. The in the estimation of NIRF ranking, some preference will be given for NAAC accredited colleges. Next one is to increase the fee structure. Generally, the fee fixation committees of state governments generally, while fixing the fee, generally recommend more tuition fee for the NAAC accredited colleges rather than non-accredited colleges. And last one is spikes the brand value. The NAAC accreditation increases the exposes the brand value of students, faculty, and college. This is the eligibility criteria to apply for NAAC accreditation. First one is the age of the college must be 6 years or above, or at least two batches have graduated from the institution. And the second one is mandatory upload the institution information on ISHE, AISHE, ISHE portal, All India Survey of Higher Education. IC stands for All India Survey of Higher Education. ISHE is the All India Survey of Higher Education. Is it is the web-based survey conducted every year by the Ministry of HRD since 2011-12. In the ISHE survey, the authorities collects the data about the college on various components like student details, faculty details, number of programs offered, infrastructure facilities, financial facilities, etc., etc. The mandatory the before the ISHE the mandatory uploading of data in ISHE portal every year is mandatory for the college to apply for the NAAC accreditation. This is the flowchart of the entire NAAC A and A accreditation and assessment process. The entire NAAC A and A process has 8 stages. In this flowchart, the 8 stages are represented with different colors. The first one is HEI registration, Higher Education Institute registration, HEI registration. And the second one is IIQA registration, means Institution Information Quality Assessment registration. And third stage is SSR, Self-Study Report. And the fourth one is triple S, Student Satisfaction Survey. And the fifth one is DVV process, data verification and validation process. And sixth one is pre-qualification. And the seventh one is peer team visit. And the last one is declaration of results. Out of these 8 stages, the first stage, that is HEI registration, is mandatory only for the first time liquidation. For the second time renewal liquidation, the HEI registration is not necessary. Okay. Out of these 8 stages, the third stage, SSR, self-study report. Preparation and submission of self-study report is very, very important. Very, very important. It is the backbone of the entire accreditation and assessment process. The preparation and submission of SSR needs involvement of all the internal stakeholders like faculty, non-teaching staff, students, management, and all the external stakeholders like employer, uh, parents, community, alumni, etc., etc. Out of these 8 stages, SSR preparation and submission of self-study report is the backbone of the entire NAAC accreditation and assessment process. The self-study report has SSR has 8 stages. These are the 8 stages. The first criteria has 7 criteria. The first criteria is curricular accept. Second one is teaching, learning, and evaluation. Third one is research, consultancy, and extension. Fourth one is infrastructure and learning resources. And fifth one is student support and progression. And last but one is governance, leadership, and management. And last one is innovation and best practices. The SSR has 7 criteria. These are the 7 criteria of self-study report. These criteria, these 7 criteria represents the core functioning and activities of the college. Here, criteria is the dimension encompassing the academic, administrative, and management activities of the college. These are the 7 criteria. The NAC divided the colleges into 3 categories: type 1, type 2, type 3. Type 1 means universities, type 2 means autonomous colleges, and type 3 means affiliated or non-autonomous colleges, that is affiliated or constituent colleges. Okay. The entire 7 criteria has weightage is 1000. Irrespective of type 1 or type 2, type 3, the total number of criteria are 7 and the total weightage is 7. Based on the functioning and organizational behavior, the NAAC assigns different weightages for the different criteria. Okay, the total weightage is same and the number of criteria are same, but different weightages are assigned for different criteria based on the organizational behavior and functioning of the college. For example, here the criteria one, curricular aspects. For affiliate colleges the weightage is 100, autonomous 150, universities 150. Similarly, second one is teaching, learning, and evaluation, 350 for affiliated, 300 for autonomous, and 200 for universities. Similarly, remaining third criteria, fourth criteria, fifth criteria, and sixth criteria, and seventh criteria. The total weightage is 1000 for all the any university or autonomous or non-autonomous. Only the difference is weightages are different for different criteria. Now, I am going to talk about the second criteria, that is the teaching, learning, and evaluation. Teaching, learning, and evaluation. The weightage is 350 for affiliated colleges, 300 for autonomous colleges, and 200 for universities. Here, teaching, learning, evaluation. That is the criteria 2. It has 7 subcriteria or key indicators. The 2.1 student enrollment profile, 2.2 catering to student diversity, 2.3 teaching learning process, 2.4 teaching profile and quality, and 2.5 evaluation process and reforms, and 2.6 student performance and learning outcomes, and last one is student satisfaction survey. Here, the criteria 2 has 7 subcriteria. These are subcriteria are numbered from 2.1, etc., etc., 2.7. The corresponding weightages, for example, 2.1, The weightage is 40 for affiliated colleges. The weightage is 20 for autonomous. The weightage is 10 for universities. Similarly, remaining sub-criteria and the corresponding wages of different universities or autonomous colleges or affiliated colleges. The total weightage for this is 250, 300, and 200. And again, these sub-criteria, again, these seven, uh, here the criteria 2 has seven sub-criteria, that is 2.1 to 2.7. These seven sub-criteria are also known as key indicators. The again key indicators are seven sub-criteria are again further divided into two types of metrics: qualitative metrics and quantitative metrics. Qualitative metrics are and quantitative metrics. By layman's language, the metric is nothing but the question where the actual work or task is carried out. These seven sub-criteria or seven key indicators are again further subdivided into two types of metrics: qualitative metrics and quantitative metrics. Here, for example, for the affiliate colleges, these seven sub-criteria are divided into 7 plus 4, 11. Here, 17 for autonomous colleges and 15 for universities colleges. So, criteria 2 is has seven sub-criteria. Again, these seven sub-criteria are divided into 11 for affiliated, 17 for autonomous, and 15 for universities. These 11, 17, 15 are called metrics. Again, the metrics are two types: quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative is represented by QNM. QN stands for quantitative, M stands for metric. Similarly, qualitative, QL stands for qualitative, M stands for metric. Here, quantitative. Quantitative metric means the metrics related to numeric data. Metrics related to numeric data. Qualitative means metrics related to non-numeric data. Non-numeric data or textual data. Quantitative means metrics related to numeric data. Qualitative means metrics related to non-numeric or textual data. Means quantitative means questions related to quantity. Questions related to quantity. Qualitative means questions related to quality of something. Quality of something. For example, in the for example, action of the hero, that is not measurable. That is called qualitative. For example, dance of the heroine, that is not measurable. That is called qualitative. Fights of the villain, that is not measurable, not possible to measurable. That is also qualitative. These are all qualitative. Means not possible to measure, not measurable, not possible to measure. That is nothing but qualitative. Quantitative, for example, collection of the cinema, that is measurable, that is numeric data. Collection of the cinema, that is numeric data, that is called quantitative. Quantitative. There is the difference between the qualitative and quantitative. Quantitative related to numeric data, qualitative related to textual data. Means quantitative means objective type, qualitative means subjective type. Here, for example, the entire SSR self-study report, the total weightage is 1000. Out of 1000, around 65 percentage of weightage is for quantitative metrics and around 35 percentage of weightage is for qualitative metrics. Qualitative metrics. The quantitative metrics are evaluated by NAAC through online by the third party. The qualitative metrics are evaluated by the physically by the peer type experts at the time of visit. Okay, means the peer team experts visit is exclusively for qualitative metrics, not for quantitative metrics. The quantitative metrics are evaluated through online. The qualitative metrics are evaluated through offline at the time of peer team visit by the experts. Here in the SSR, for example, the metrics related to admissions, the metrics related to results, the metrics related to placements, the metrics related to publications. The metrics related to FDPs organized. The metrics related to FDPs ended. These are all quantitative, means all are numerical data that are related to quantitative. For example, qualitative. Vision of the college that is not measurable, that is qualitative. Vision of the college that is not possible to measure, that is qualitative. Quality policy of the college, research policy of the college, HR policy of the college, recruitment policy, promotion policy, all are those qualitative data. Okay, these are the major difference between the quantitative and qualitative metrics. Quantitative and qualitative metrics. Here, the before here there are 5 years of data is required for quantitative metrics. Only 1 year of data is required for qualitative metrics. These 5 years of data, these 5 years is called black period. Black period. For example, if you go for accreditation in this present year, here this academic year is 23-24. For example, if you go for accreditation in the 23-24 academic year, 23-24 academic year, 5 years of data is required, means 18-19, 19-20, 20-21, 21-22, and 20-23. Here 23-24 is data is not required. 23-24 is not required. This 5 years data is required for quantitative metrics. Only 1 year, that is 22-23. 22-23 means latest completed academic year. Present year is 23-24. 22-23 is the latest completed academic year data is only required for the qualitative. Okay, this is about the quantitative metrics and qualitative metrics. Here, the quantitative metrics, there are two types of metrics. One is multiple choice questions and second one is ratio type questions. In the qualitative metrics, only one type of question, that is descriptive question. Descriptive question. For the quantitative metrics, again, there are three types of components are required to upload. One is summary table, that is in the Word format. Second one is data template, that is in the Excel format. And third one is supporting document, that is in the PDF format. Summary table, data template, and supporting document. Summary table and data templates are the predefined formats are available in the NAAC websites, but support documents as your own format, that is in the PDF format. And qualitative metrics having two components. One is descriptive data and second one is supporting data. Descriptive data means you need to upload the description of not more than 500 words for that corresponding qualitative metric or qualitative question. Okay, here summary table, data template are very small in size. Only problem is with supporting documents. Generally, the supporting documents are very large in size because it consists of all the images, signatures, etc., etc. But NAAC supports only 5 MB data only. If your data is more than 5 MB, upload in your website and provide the link to the NAAC authorities. Here, these are the metrics one by one, quantitative and qualitative. Totally, there are criteria 2 having 7 subcriteria. The 7 subcriteria has 11 metrics, totally 11 metrics. Here 2.1.1, 2 means criteria number 2, 2.1 means subcriteria, 2.1.1 means the metric. Here 2.1.1 is the QN, quantitative metric, QNM. The weightage is 20. The weightage for 2.1.1 is 20. Here, the 2.1.1 is enrollment percentage, enrollment of students in your college. Here, this is the word format, number of seats filled year-wise during the last 5 years. Only first year admission to be considered. Year number. Here, year means 5 years data is required. For example, you for current, if your present year is 23-24, you data is required for last 5 years, means 18-19, 19-20, 20-21, 21-22, 22-23. 23-24 data is not required anywhere. The top table represents the number of admissions, and the bottom table represents the number of sanctioned seats. Fill all these 5 cells of sanctioned and 5 cells of seats filled, and percentage equals to total number of seats filled and total number of sanctioned into 100. That is the percentage. This is the summary table. This table is called summary table, that is in the Word format. This format is already free available in the NAAC website. And the second one is for the corresponding is, this is the data template for this 2.1. These are the year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. Year 1 means 1819, 1920, 2021, 2122, and 23, 22, 23. That is year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and year 5. This is the data template for the student enrollment. The first column is program name of the program, that is maybe BTech or BSc or BA or BCom, and the program node. All you aware that each program has some code that is prescribed by the university, and the number of sanctioned seats, and the number of admitted, and number of seats reserved for SC category, ST category, OBC, etc., etc., and the number of students admitted corresponding to SC category, ST, OBC, etc., etc. This is the data template. Okay, the first one is summary table, and the second one is data template. And the third one is here, there are three components: summary table, data template, and supporting document for each quantitative metric. For this quantitative metric, enrollment is the quantitative metric. This is the summary table. This is the data template. Summary table generally in the Word format, the uh, data template generally in the Excel format. Here, and third one is supporting documents required for this 2.1.1. Here, please go through the red color. Upload the specific document as per the description given below, and institutional data in the prescribed format, that is data template. And second one is document relating to sanction of intake as approved by the competent authority, and final admission list as published by the HEI and endorsed by the competent authority. These are the supporting document required to upload along with this for this metric. First one is document relating to sanction of intake. Generally for the engineering colleges, AICTE sanction the intake. For the non-technical courses like BSc, BA, BCom, the universities or state government sanction the upload. You must upload the sanction letters as the PDF format. And the second one is final admission list as published by the HA. After the admissions are completed, the admissions must be ratified by the State Council of Higher Education. You must upload that letter also. For this matrix, there are two supporting documents are required. One is sanctioned intake, that is by university or AICTE, and the approved list of students, that is ratified list of students by the corresponding State Council of Higher Education. Okay, this is the quantitative matrix requires summary table, that is in Word format, data template, that is in Excel format, and supporting documents, that is in the PDF format. Generally, for all the quantitative metrics, there are three components: summary table, data template, and supporting document. For this, weightage is 20. This is the data template. These are the benchmarks. In January 2023, NAAC disclosed the benchmarks for quantitative metrics to bring the transparency in the accreditation process. Earlier, these benchmarks are highly confidential and known only to the peer team experts only. This disclosure of benchmarks allow us to know the maximum achievable marks. Here, for example, this is the 2.1.1 is the enrollment percentage. Here, there are four grades: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If your admissions are less than 30, your grade is 0. If your admissions are 30 to 40, the corresponding grade is 1. Correspond similarly 2. If your admissions are greater than 80 percentage, you got grade 4. These are the grades or benchmarks. For example, for this matrix, this is the filled pro forma 5 years data: 22, 23, 21, 22, etc., 18, 19. But the top table represents the admission, the bottom table represents the sanctioned intake. The formula is total number of seats filled by total number of sanctioned seats. For example, here total number of admissions are 5087, total number of sanctioned intake is 5300. The percentage is 95.98. For example, if your college admissions are 95.98 percentage, you got grade 4 in this component. You got grade 4 in this component. This is the calculation of the grades. For example, this is enrollment component. Weightage is 20 and grade is weightage is fixed. Weightage is fixed and the grade is depends upon the enrollment, maybe 0, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, or maybe 4. Based on the grade attained in this metric and the weightage, the NAAC authorities calculate the CGPA of the criteria. This is the advantage of benchmark. In January 2023, NAAC disclosed these benchmarks. Earlier, these benchmarks are highly confidential, known only for the P team experts only. This is the example for the 2.1.1. And next metric is 2.1.2. This is also a quantitative metric. The weightage is 20. This metric is related to number of seats filled in the reserved categories like SC, ST, OBC, etc. This is the summary table. Number of seats filled in the reserved categories, and bottom table is number of seats allocated or earmarked for reserved categories. Here, exclusive of supernumerary seats. Supernumerary means recently, I think 3 years back, the central government introduced EWC. The EWC is supernumerary seat. Here, not include that EWs are supernumerary seats here. Okay, this is the 2.1.2. This is the word format for the percentage of seats filled for the reserved categories. This is the data template. For the enrollment and for this component, the data template is same. For this, the supporting documents required are copy of the letter issued by the state government. The state government GO is there for the reservation for SC, reservation for ST, etc., etc. You need to upload that GO letter along with this metric. And second component is final admission list. That is the ratified list by the State Council of Higher Education. For this, there are two supporting documents are required. One is government GO and the ratified list of higher education of the reserved category students. This is about the 2.1.2. The weightage is 20. These are the benchmarks for 2.1.2. If for example, if your college has less than 40% reservation students, that is 0. Similarly, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0 means lowest, 4 means highest. For example, for your college, more than 80% of students are admitted in the reserved category, you got 4 grade. Based on this grade, and the weightage 20. The weightage is fixed, but the grade is vary based on this grade and the weightage, the CGPA will be calculated. Similarly, 2.2.1, this is also the quantitative metric. The weightage is 40. This is the student full-time teacher ratio. For this, only word Excel sheet is not there for this 2.2.1. This is the benchmarks for 2.2.1. If SFR is 1:50, 0. If the SFR is less than 1:20, you got 4. And next one is 2.3.1. This is the qualitative metrics. The weightage is 40. Here, qualitative metrics, for each qualitative metric, you need to upload description of not less than 500 words. You can write description in a maximum of 500 words. The metric is student-centric methods such as experimental learning, participative learning, problem-solving methodologies are used for enhancing learning experience, and teachers use ICT-enabled tools, including online resources for effective teaching and learning process. Okay, for this metric, what are the learning methodologies followed in the colleges? What are the ICT-enabled tools used in your college? Based on this, you need to prepare description of 500 words and upload in the corresponding matrix. This is the qualitative matrix. Only description is required, and the supporting documents. Supporting documents means ICT enabled printers like photos of the LCD projectors, photos of the boards, and photos of the learning methodologies, etc., etc. These are all the supporting documents for 2.3.1. For this, weightage is 40. The benchmarks is available only for the quantitative, not for qualitative. The qualitative metrics are evaluated at the time of physical visit. The benchmarks are available only for the quantitative metrics only. Because this is the qualitative metrics, the benchmarks are not available. At 2.4.1, this is also a quantitative metric. The weightage is 40, 15, 15. The percentage of full-time teachers against sanctioned post. How many number of posts are filled against the sanctioned post in your college? This is the 2.4.1. These are the benchmarks for 2.4.1. For example, if you fill the posts less than 40%, that is the benchmark is 0. If you fill more than greater than or equal to 70% of the post, your grade is 4. And 2.4.2, this is also quantitative metrics. The weightage is 25. Percentage of full-time teachers with net, set, select, PhD, DSc, DLit, LLD during the last 5 years. Number of PhDs in your college in the last 5 years. This is the word format to fill the all the number of people. For example, year, number of PhD, number of net, select, etc. Year, number, etc., etc. This is also the quantitative metric. This is the for this also data template is not there. These are the benchmarks for 2.4.2. For example, if your college has more than 75% of the faculty has a net to SLET to PhD, you got grade 4. You got grade 4. This is the also the quantitative metric. This is the summary table, and this is the benchmarks. For this, the supporting documents required are list of faculty having PhD, etc., etc., and copies of the PhD, DSc, DLit, LLD awarded by the UGC recognized universities. For this 2.4.2, you need to upload all the PhD certificates or net certificates or SLET certificates of all the faculty has net to SLET to PhD, etc. And 2.5.1, this is the qualitative metric. Mechanism for internal external assessment is transparent grievance redressal system. The weightage is 40. Similar 2.6.1, this is also qualitative matrix. The weightage is 25. Similarly 2.6.2, this is also qualitative matrix. The weightage is 20. 2.6.3, this is the quantitative metric. The weightage is 45. Pass percentage of students during last 5 years. Number of file-day students examination year-wise during the last 5 years. Number of passed and number of a period. The top sheet, the top table is number of passed. The bottom table for number of a period. Here, pass percentage is number of passed by number of a period into 100%. For this, this is the word format for 2.6.3. For this is the Excel format. The year means maybe 1819 or 1920, etc., etc. Program code, BA or BCom or BSc. Each program has some code that is given by the university. And program name means BTech CSE or BTech ECE or BA Economics or BSc Computer Science. That is the program name. Here, number of students appeared, number of students passed. This is the Excel sheet for this, and this is the Word sheet for this. And for this, the supporting documents required are annual report of controller of examinations and certified report from the controller of examinations of the college. For this, these are the benchmarks. For example, your result is less than 60, your grade is 0. If your result is greater than or equals to 90, your grade is 4. This is the results. And last one, 2.7.1. This is very, very important. Student satisfaction survey. This is the highest weightage metric. Highest weightage is 60 weightage for this metric. Out of 7 subcriteria, 2 has 7 subcriteria, 2.1 to 2.7. Out of all the sub-criteria, this is the highest weightage quantitative metric, that is student satisfaction survey. The weightage is 70. For this metric, for this metric, this is the student satisfaction survey. College have to upload the data of currently enrolled students. Currently enrolled means presently enrolled. That is, for example, if you go for accreditation in this academic year 23-24, you need to upload all the students studied in your college at present, means 23-24 academic year, for all programs, for all years. Colleges have to upload the data of currently enrolled students of all programs as per the format given by the NAAC. This is the format given by the NAAC. Name of the student, gender, category, state, nationality, email ID, program name, unique ID, and year of joining. This is the format, standard format given by NAAC. Colleges have to upload the data of currently enrolled students of all programs as per the format given by the NAAC. That is the columns in the format: name of the student, gender, student ID number, program, email, mobile number, ID proof like Aadhaar card, and year of joining. The Triple Student Satisfaction Survey consists of 21 questions. Out of 20 are multiple choice questions, and one is descriptive, that is subjective, that is open-ended questions. Multiple choice questions are responded on a scale of 0 to 4. 0 means negative response, 4 means highest positive response, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 5 scale. 0 means negative response, 4 means most positive response. In open-ended question, students has to give 3 observations or suggestions or expectations to improve the overall learning experience of the college. In Triple Student Satisfaction Survey, the questions are asked uh, about the teaching skills, preparation of the teacher, qualification of the teacher, that is the etc. etc. This is the questionnaire. These are the standard questionnaire. Totally 20 questions, 20 multiple choice questions, and one is the descriptive questions. That is the suggestion by the student about the teaching learning process in the college. For example, the first question is how much of the syllabus was covered in the class? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, second question, how well did the teachers prepare for the classes? How well were the teachers able to communicate? Like totally 20 questions are there. These 20 questions are the standard triple questionnaire given by the NAAC. 20 multiple choice, and one is the subjective or descriptive or open-ended questions. In the open-ended question, student must write the feedback about the teaching learning process in the college. Here, this is the procedure of student satisfaction survey. This is very important component. This is the highest weightage component in the criteria, not criteria second. Entire all the 7 criteria out of 1,000 weightage, around 65 quantitative and 35 qualitative metrics are out of all the metrics. This is the highest weightage, 60 weightage quantitative metric. The first step is initiate survey with 30% of students over all programs. The first one is you have to upload the all the students presently enrolled in your college. Out of enrolled students, the NAAC randomly selected 30% of the students and take feedback only from those 30% of students. For example, you uploaded the 1,000 number of students. Out of 1,000 number of students, the NAAC selects only 30%, means 300 students, and send triple questionnaire for those 300 students only. That is 10%. 30% means 1,000, 10% means 300 students. 30 means out of 1,000, 30 means 300 students. The NAAC, for example, you are uploading these 1,000 students, NAAC send SSR questionnaires to 300 students only. The 300 students are randomly selected by the software, randomly selected by the software, and send link and questionnaire to those 300 students. That is 30% students. Initiate survey with 30% of students of our programs. Send activation link to students, and students logins and submit survey responses. There is a deadline of given by NAAC is 15 days for the each student to submit the feedback about the college. Student to log in and submit the responses in the survey. The NAAC authorities monitor these survey. For example, out of 1,000 students, that is 10%. If 300 students are responded, the NAAC close the survey and allocate weightage for that metric. If 10% students are not responded, so for example, out of 1,000, uh, 300 are not responded, again, the NAAC send the SSR questionnaire for the remaining 70%, means remaining 700 students, again monitor the survey. After 15 days, automatically the survey closed. Even in the second time also, 10% students are not responded. The NAAC close the survey and assign zero weightage for this student satisfaction survey. Okay, these are the three cases for student satisfaction survey. This is very, very important metric. It is, you must create the awareness for the students about this student satisfaction survey and request him to give positive feedback about the college. This is the student satisfaction survey. For example, the criteria 2 having 2.2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, totally 7 subcriterias. 7 subcriterias. 2.1 have 2 metrics, 2.2 having 1 metric, 2.3 having 1 metric, 2.4 having 2 metrics, 2.5 having 1 metric, 2.6 having 3 metrics, that is 2.6.1, 2.6.2, 2.6.2, and 2.7 is one metric only. Okay, these are the subcriteria. Criteria 2 is the main criteria. These are the key indicators or subcriteria. Each subcriteria has metrics, maybe qualitative or quantitative. 2.1, 2 metrics, etc. These are the weightages. Weightages are fixed. For example, assume these are the grade points attained. Assume these are weightages are fixed. Assume these are the grade points. This is the calculation of 20 into 3, 60, 20 into 4, 80, etc., etc. Sum of all those 180. The maximum weightage is 350. 180 by this is 350. 350. Okay. Totally, this sum is 1075. This sum is 1075. This sum is 1075. 1075 by 350, that is 3.7. This is the process of calculation of CGPA for each criteria. This slide shows the calculation of CGPA for the criteria 2. The weightages are fixed, and only the variation is grade point. In the grade point, 0 is the lowest grade, 4 is the highest grade. If you got 4 grade, means you performance or your college is good college. Okay, these are the grade points, etc., etc. Based on this 3.7, this is for only criteria 2. Similarly, for all the remaining criteria 1, criteria 2, criteria 4, etc., etc., for all the criteria, these NAAC will calculate these CGPA and take the average of all the 8 criteria. That is the final CGPA, cumulative grade point analysis of your college. Based on this CGPA, the NAAC will give the grade. Here, these are the grades. A plus plus is the highest grade, C is the lowest grade, D means the college is not accredited. A plus plus, D, C, B, B plus, B double plus, A plus, A double plus. C is the lowest grade, A double plus is the highest grade, and the corresponding CGPA, that is 3.5, for example, 1.51 to 2, 2 to 2.5, 2.51 to 2. Etc. etc. Okay, this is the average CGPA of all the 7 criteria. This is the NAAC grading system. This is effective from 2017 onwards. Okay, this is about the criteria 2, teaching, learning, evaluation of NAAC accredited framework. Okay, thank you. Any queries? Any queries? Please ask me.